So I got recommended a video today. Random as hell. This is a person that is very well known out here on the YouTubes. This dude gets crazy views. I mean, at the time I looked at this video, I think he uploaded it like 16 hours ago and he was like 1.3 million views. Like, this guy's killing it, man. MoistCr1TiKaL. Just not somebody I normally watch though, right? Like, it's nothing against him. I got no problem with him at all. And he probably has great content. It's just, it's very tough to keep up with everybody, man. When you got a day to day, you got different things you got to be doing. Like, I keep up with a couple of people, and I do mean literally a couple of people in the Call of Duty scene. And that's pretty much it, man. I might watch the old, like, the homie Thunder vid from back in the day, back in the Black Ops 2 days or something, you know. If YouTube recommends me one of them old videos, I might watch one of them. But, like, I don't, it's just too much to keep up with everybody. But I get recommended this video. And apparently he's mad about something. And I was like, I just had a few minutes to kill, right? I was like, well, I might as well check it out, see what it's about. But I'll tell you what, before we get into the video, the reason why I'm making this video, I'm going to show you guys a couple of posts here from the MoistCr1TiKaL himself. Now, he's gotten something wrong pretty recently, but this dude is usually bang on with his leaks. Like, he's pretty credible when it comes to this stuff. Now, I know he can get out of hand with it. Like, he invented the whole "it's Monday" argument against the Steam numbers. He also uses Steam numbers when it's looking great for Call of Duty, but then says that you can't use those numbers. It's pathetic to use the Steam numbers. Like, they add no value to the conversation. But anyways, from the MoistCr1TiKaL, this is from a couple days ago. This expert fusion cat says he guesses Black Ops 7 teasers will start shortly after Season 4, and to expect a full campaign and multiplayer reveal on June 8th. So MoistCr1TiKaL chimes in and he starts laughing. He says he thinks a rushed game like Black Ops 7 is going to start marketing in June. Haha, he starts laughing again. Now keep that in mind. This is something we've been hearing from a lot of different people. Black Ops 7 is a rushed game. It's going to launch incomplete and probably broken. Here's another post from today from the MoistCr1TiKaL. The amount of people who have ever played a Call of Duty game from 2007, that's me, that's your boy. That's when we got in this franchise. That's why we're still here today, because it was so great, to 2012, let alone all of them, is so small now that Activision is now reselling the maps from those games as a package for the launch of the new titles. And we've seen this with Modern Warfare Deuce and a Half. That's why I call it Deuce and a Half, because the game literally was a DLC, incomplete. It was lacking all original content at launch with a garbage campaign. And I didn't like the zombies. I know some people did. I couldn't stand the zombies over here. I do like the zombies in Black Ops 6 when the game is working. But anyways, this expert fusion chimes in and he says, is Black Ops 7's launch maps going to be all Black Ops 2 maps, or will it be split with half remasters, half new maps like prior rumors suggested? I hope it's the latter. And MoistCr1TiKaL says probably 3/4 old maps and 1/4 new. I think Black Ops 6 scared them pretty hard. So we're looking at, let's say if we get lucky again. And it's funny to say, think of this as being lucky with a launch of a full price Call of Duty game that's going up in price with all the bullshit monetization practices they have going on in these games and battle passes and bundles and everything else. Let's say we get 16 maps. So we're looking at 12 maps that are going to be remastered for the launch of Black Ops 7. 4 brand new maps though. And they're probably going to be trash, because we've seen this. Like, it's a trend with this franchise now. These people, they love maps like Stakeout. Personally, I think these types of maps have ruined Call of Duty to a certain degree, because that's all people want to play. And then they play the shit out of these maps and then complain that the game is boring and stale after they grinded for Dark Matter. It's like, dude, you haven't actually experienced the game though. But that being said, there's not a whole lot to experience there. The game is broken as hell. You got cheaters all over the place. You guys know what it is. So MoistCr1TiKaL out here talking about a rushed full price Black Ops 7 that's going to be very recycled come launch as well too. So we know this game is probably going to be broken at launch. We already know the cheaters are going to be there. Activision ain't doing shit about that. We already know the servers are going to be all kinds of booty juice. So we know these problems going into Black Ops 7. Everybody's still going to be buying bundles. You know the way the whales get down. They're going to be buying all their little cringy Fruit Loop bundles. You already know what's going to be. And they're going to get out here crying and hating. And that brings me into MoistCr1TiKaL's video. Now, I'm not going to play you guys everything. I'll just take a couple parts from that. I'm not trying to get hit with any copyrights. I don't know if he's got a team over there or whatever he's got going on. Dude, he's eating good over there. All right. He's doing very well for himself. I'm not trying to step on any toes or anything like that, but I saw this video. Now, he was talking about the new Doom game, Dark Ages. And this is a game that I'm kind of interested in. Was thinking about possibly doing a playthrough with it anyway. So when I noticed he was talking about that, then I was even more interested in the video. But he was pissed off because the game is broken.
Oh, you've done it now, Buster. I am officially peeved. You've got my ham steamed and you won't like it when I'm angry. Let's talk about Doom Dark Ages. Last night I streamed it for like 4 hours. I had roughly 21 crashes, something like that. An infuriating experience that makes it borderline unplayable with how often this game would shit the bed.
From his own words, the game is borderline unplayable. Streamed 4 hours, crashed like 20-some times. The dude is pissed. Any one of us with half a brain that actually earns our money, we got to work for our money, any one of us is going to be pissed off. You pay full price for a game, you expect it to work at a box, right? Except for the fanboys, man. You guys know the way they get down. But that's not the only reason he's pissed.
But for Doom Dark Ages, that one's getting a full pass, and instead, now I'm being blamed for my experience with this game. So the big thing is that people are saying I should have known not to update my drivers. Bah humbug! Tui, I spit on that. That is the most outlandish statement I've ever heard. Like a fucking jellyfish sting on a public beach, it pissing me off. When you launch this bastard, kicking your legs in your chair, getting really excited, it gives you this message saying updated drivers are required, and then it gives you the option of saying yes, updating the drivers to 57640, or just playing with your current drivers.
So when he booted up the game, it said it was required for him to update his drivers. It gave you the option to play or do what they're asking you to do. Like it said required, right? So he updates his drivers. And now these fanboys, these console warriors, because we know the Xbox crowd, there's going to go hard for this game. This shit is absolutely hilarious. It's so embarrassing and pathetic that we still have console warriors in the year 2025. But people are blaming him for doing what the game told him to do.
So I downloaded those updated drivers, and there's a very well-known problem. It's not just me, and it's not my PC, contrary to what a lot of free PR warriors are doing for Doom Dark Ages' horrible launch right now. It is a known issue, even just blatantly listed here when it says what drivers needed to play Doom Dark Ages on PC. It says that the game supported by NVIDIA GPUs will need 57640 or higher, and that there is a documented issue. Some users may experience persistent crashing when playing the game on 57640. This is a very well documented issue tons and tons and tons of people are having. And then I'll read comments like this, one of the top comments on the video where it says yes or play. He chooses yes to update instead of just clicking play. It didn't force you to update your drivers, Charles. You did this to yourself. What kind of victim blaming shit is this? Do you also shake your fist, rub your chin, and say the same thing when a family gets carjacked or something? Well, shouldn't have been driving. That's on you. Granted, that's a very extreme example, but this is stupid. How is it my fault for trusting that these updated drivers they are pushing would work? Why am I to blame as opposed to them for rolling out a non-functioning product right now?
And that really is the major problem with modern gaming. It's the problem within the problem. The main problem is we get all these incomplete, broken games at launch for full price. But the main problem on top of that is they got all these little soldiers out here, pro bono nerds that go so hard for the multi-billion-dollar companies. Like, it's just wild to me. We see this with Call of Duty all the time. I got to deal with these little weirdo Fruit Loop nerds on this channel constantly, man. And they'll spam your comment section too until you throw them on a bench because they won't shut up crying and hating. Dude, the amount of times that I've been told I'm broke. I'm broke. This person has more money than me because they buy bundles in Call of Duty. I'm broke because I don't buy bundles in Call of Duty. I'm not rewarding terrible business practices. The game is broken as hell. Why am I going to give them more money? Like, come on, man. It's time we got to start using our brain But they do this, like, there's so many out here that do that for all these games. They go so hard for all these games. These games will release completely broken, complete trash, and these nerds will get out here because you said mean words about the video game, and they will just go at you, man. Like you just said something about their mama or some shit. Like they get, I mean, it's just pathetic because we're at a point where this is the norm. Like this is what these butthurt little weird nerds expect. They expect a broken game. And don't you dare say anything about that. We know you paid full price for it. We know this is your personal YouTube channel that you're choosing to speak on that full price product you purchased, but you're not allowed. And you're the problem. This is the major problem within the major problem with modern gaming. That's all I got for this one. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you on the next one.